Hey guys, and welcome to another segment of Rowserworld. Today, what we're going to be doing is a quick tutorial on how to color in a caricature. I've had a couple of requests for this particular video, so I guess the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to actually draw the caricature before we can color it. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm not going to do a lot of explaining on this part since it's not the focus of the video. I'll just go ahead and just start drawing for entertainment purposes here. So I'm just going to start drawing her face here. Okay. A little bit of ears here. You know, I might put my own little spin on it, but for the most part, this is what I want it to look like. Okay. We'll go ahead and start putting in her hairline here. Okay. And we're just going to kind of come around to the side and just form the top. Kind of keep that basic shape. Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do too. I'll give her a little ponytail. Like I said, I have an artistic license, so I can kind of do what I want. It's my video. I could do what I want to. Okay. Now let me go ahead and put my my eyebrows here. So that's kind of real simple. And run through this part real quick. Alright, let me just do the eyes. Okay. And we're almost there, guys. Just give me a sec. And we'll get to the cool part, which is the coloring part. Okay. Alright. Put our nose in there. And we'll go ahead and put her lips. Just get those in there. Okay. Nice and full. Okay. And put our eyeballs in there. Maybe some eyes. And some eyelashes. Okay. So guys, I'd say we got a pretty decent caricature of the missus here. So from this part on, it's going to pretty much be about coloring, okay guys? So let me do some little hairlines here. Now, coloring. There's a couple of basics you just want to know. First thing is these are colors for people that are lighter skinned. What I use is you can go to any kids store or kids art section and get these. These are made by Crayola, and they come in a little box. But they're Crayola pastels. And the first thing I do is I just lightly go over the entire caricature, and I make one shade of color. In other words, I just do everything kind of even. I color around it. Don't worry about coloring over the lines, because at the end of your caricature, you can just spray hairspray over your picture, and it automatically erases the pastel from your line. So you really don't have to worry about that. I won't be spraying the hairspray on there today, but just take my advice and spray hairspray over your picture when you finish. Okay, so I'm gonna make one little, like I said, layer here is what we're gonna call it. So your first layer is gonna look exactly kind of like you see it here. You really probably can't see much on screen. I want to take a piece of toilet paper here. Okay, so toilet paper is good for more than one thing. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of smooth that layer out. You know, it's going to look real chalky and dusty at first, but you can smooth it out with this. Okay, and we're just going to keep doing that all the way over the whole picture. Okay, so now that we got that part done, now we're going to go to what we call layer 2. Okay, layer 2 is going to basically start in certain sections. So you're going to see where I kind of concentrate my my strokes at. Okay, so you can see kind of in between the eyes. And for this part, excuse me, I always use my finger, because your finger has like a lot of different oil. It has oils in it that your skin naturally secretes, and it helps to make the color look a lot richer. Okay, so you can see that right between her eyes, it's starting to come out just a little bit, more We're gonna go here to the top of the head, and what I'll do is I'll put a little on both sides like this, okay, and then I'll make kind of like a rainbow over the top. Now, and and then what I'll do is I'll take my finger and I'll blend that layer into the first layer that we put down, so that there's no line left behind. So this doesn't really take a lot, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is go to the cheek, okay? And then I'll start forming the cheek, okay? So I'll go to the outside and make little lines for the cheek, and then I'll do the same thing, but I'll just kind of blend it in. Then I'm gonna concentrate in 3 sections. One, I'll make one under the nose, and then I'll make one on the other side, okay? And I'm pressing kind of hard, not real hard, but kind of hard, because I want this color to kind of stand out. So you want to put a little bit of pressure on your pen or on your pastel when you're doing this. So I'm just going kind of under both eyes, and I want to leave a little circle of light in the middle, so I know you can probably see that on camera. What I'm doing is I'm leaving light circles in there. You see, I'm even shading in a circular form. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of keep going down the picture, and I'm going to start around the cheek and on the bottom. Okay, same concept. I'm going to go ahead and blend those in to the lines, to the first layer, put a little bit under her chin, and then I'm going to blend that in to that layer. I'm gonna go to the ears and kind of up underneath that that's this line here. As you can see what I'm doing, I'm just kind of blending in right here. Okay, so you just want to stay in here and just blend in. Okay, now I'm gonna do some underneath here, underneath her chin, kind of leading down into her shoulders. Okay, and then maybe a little bit more here. Now the next thing that we're going to do, and also want to put some underneath the nose there, almost forgot, and on the sides of the nose. So what you're doing here is you're kind of building a bridge in between the nose. Now on the next part of my caricature, what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and put away my Crayola pastel, and then I'm going to use what we call a Prismacolor. This is called Tierra de Sienna Brown or whatever. And I'm going to just put a little bit of shade underneath the nose here. You know, just color it in lightly, because remember, this is a cartoon, so you're using more generalized colors than specific. In other words, don't try to use exactly the same colors that you see, because that's not how cartoons work. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe put a little bit here for her eyebrows. Okay, I don't do generally like strokes and stuff like that. I try to stay with the easiest way to do it. Okay, now this is color it right in like you do in a little coloring book. Okay, now you can put a little bit here, and the cool thing about these is that they also, once you put that first layer down, these pencils actually will move on the top. In other words, it's kind of like the foundation moves, so the color itself, this color here moves, if you can understand that. Since I put it on top of a color that moves around, it'll automatically just blend in real nicely with the rest of your picture. Okay, and then I'm going to just do some little coloring here in between, and then also here in between, to kind of define the bridge of her nose. Okay, and then I'll come back with my little piece of paper here, and I'll just kind of blend it in. I don't want it to be too dark, but you know, just dark enough where it'll leave a good piece of definition there. Okay, so you got to just kind of keep going back and forth. You see, this is not really taking me a long time. Now what we're going to do next, guys, is just put a little bit here underneath her lip, and then also very important, underneath the neck here. So you'll see that her neck starts to now look like it's not just flat, but rather it's protruding out from the neck. You know what I mean? This is what the basis of 3D. Basically, wherever you put your shadows at, the most important parts, it can make your picture kind of just pop out. Okay. Now the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my blue marker here, and I'm going to color in her eyes. Okay, because she has blue eyes. So what I'll do is I'll color it, and I'll leave a little bit of light in there, always to the side or wherever I want my light source to go. So I'll color dark, and then I'll gradually go light, dark, and gradually go light, dark, and gradually go light. Okay, and I'm gonna leave some of that some of the light source in there, which is these two little spaces you see here. And the reason I'm gonna do that, I'll show you quickly. I'm gonna come back in with my marker, and I'm going to just kind of make it so that she has pupils, just like so. Okay, and now you can see that we got a really good thing going on. While you're in here, a lot of times I just go back and go over her eyebrows, her eyelashes. Okay, so she got her makeup and everything on nice. Okay, now guys, let's go ahead and do her lips. So for her lips, I've picked out a nice red here. So what I'll do is once again, I'll come back and I'll just make a nice little light shade of red over the lips first, and then a nice shade down here. But I'll leave like a little circle in there so you can see that there's going to be light kind of bouncing off the lip. Okay, and each time I'll leave my light in a different place. It doesn't really matter. Okay, now what I'll do over the top of that is I'll start kind of defining the curve of her lip, like so. Okay, and then on the bottom I'll just, go on the bottom here, concentrate on the bottom and the top. So you want to leave that circle of light in there, kind of like so. So we're closing in, guys. We're almost there. Alright, so we got her nice lips, and they're colored in all nice and red, right? Now the next thing we want to do is just get our I have a Sanford Deluxe marker here. I like to use these for the dirty blondes. Okay, and basically what I'll do here is I'll just start making some little lines here. I like to use markers for my hair versus pencils. For one thing, it's not as messy and they stay down real good. And I'll just leave I'll leave light sources. That's the you want to make sure you leave some light in your hair. Don't try to just color it all in, because then it doesn't look cool. It doesn't look like 3D. So you see that light that I left kind of right in here. Yeah. Okay, and then some places I'll just go a little bit darker, maybe around the sides. And even when I do my braids, you'll see I'll use the same technique. I'll color along the side of it, like swoops, and then I'll leave it a little light source in the middle. Blow on it, let it dry a little bit, and then I'll do the same thing again. Okay, and last but not least, if she has on a shirt or whatever, those things you really don't have to, you don't really have to worry too much about. But I guess what we can do is just maybe just for conversation's sake, we'll give her some like some little, let's say we give her some stripes. I always make up something different. You don't have to use the same clothes, because most of the time people don't care what their clothes look like in the picture. It's mostly they're just concerned about how beautiful they are. Remember, when drawing caricatures or don't insult anyone, always make your pictures glamorized. Some people like to do a lot of funny stuff, funny business, but that's not cool. And I'm just going to just reiterate this part here a little bit, going with my finishing touches. Okay, and pretty much, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start closing out because there's not much left to do. If you see anything that you'd like to do, you know, maybe sometimes I'll just touch up a little bit more around the face here. Now, and then when you finish, what you want to do is just come back with a nice little layer of hairspray, preferably the cheap kind. You'll just kind of go over your whole picture, and it'll make those colors just stand out for you. Okay. As always, when you finish drawing your caricature, you want to sign your work. So I'll just put my signature here. Okay. And guys, that was my tutorial on how to color a caricature. And this one is particularly for the people that are lighter skinned. I'll be doing some on darker skinned people here pretty soon as part of this series. So guys, just stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe below. Thank you guys for watching.